So have you bought anything this week?
I don't think I. Oh, I bought two cars that I love one of them. So I bought Upside Direct, which is where you bought the Kia. Was it a Kia or a Hyundai?
It was a Hyundai Sonata.
And so I went on Upside Direct. I bought a 2000. I want to say it's like a 13 or a 14. Maybe it's a 15. I forget, but it's a Jeep Patriot Limited.
Oh, you sent me the picture of that and asked me, hey, what do you think of this?
Yeah, 4x4. It needs a throttle body. I paid $2,000 for it with fees. It's got 170K on it. I figure
I thought it was 145.
168.
Oh, okay.
The one that's 145 is killer in my opinion. So I think that Jeep Patriot, I'll be in it maybe 2,500 and maybe list it for 45. I think it's gonna sell around 38 or 39.
That's cool.
But the one I bought on OVE. I bought a 1999 Lexus RX 300, one owner with 140K on it.
That's the old one with the really shitty turning radius.
Is it?
If you drive it and you decide to park, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? Why doesn't the steering wheel turn more?"
Well, that's the thing.
It's really weird. Like you're like turning. You're like, "This is it. This is all I get," and it's like, "Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's your turning radius."
Is it electric or is it?
No.
It's just old school with just a shitty turning radius.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the engineering hurdle was, but the turning radius is fucking garbage. Everything else about the car is nice, but
that's the thing. I looked at it and it was like one owner under 150K. The only other guy bidding against me on that car, he was in West Virginia, and he was Bring a Trailer. He bid it up to 1,500.
How do you know he was on Bring a Trailer?
I just looked up his dealer name, and all he sells on Bring a Trailer are like old 30-year-old Lexus with under 150K. And I actually think if we put that car, I think if we put that car on Bring a Trailer, I think it's worth around $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah.
One owner, good miles, clean, silver with a tan interior. But I figure for him, he bid it up to 15, $1,000 on shipping, another $1,000 on timing belt, and a nickel for whatever else. It didn't make sense for him. But I paid $1,800 for that with fees, and I'm happy with that one.
Dude,
I think that's a good buy. One owner car, lowish miles for
that makes
$99.
sense. There's like a handful of cars, so I increased my radius on Upside Direct to like 1,000 miles just to see what else is out there. And there's like 6-7 cars. I think they're ending today or tomorrow.
Yeah,
that he really wants to lick my face. It's because I put on chapstick. Now he normally would not do this. He would just sit over there. He could give a shit, but because I put on chapstick. He's
your buddy.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, hey, can I lick the oil product off your face?"
No, I do think if you have the means and the capital, there are a bunch of buys on Upside Direct in California. Tons of them.
There's tons of stuff in California that I think is me, and we'll just see what happens. I fucking don't need cars. It's the sales side is really slow right now.
Yeah.
Service is crushing it, but
you have 2 appointments today?
Ryan's got 2 appointments, and I think one of them is on a test drive right now. I heard her come in a little bit ago. So,
besides that, has it been slow past, last week, over the weekend?
Super slow. Sunday was totally dead. No phone calls, nothing. Saturday, similar thing. I think we got a couple calls in the morning, but I don't think we had a single person in the building Saturday or Sunday.
Whoa.
I know.
Dead.
But luckily, the cars that I have sold, we've been in them right, so we've made good money on them. So my volume is really low, but my grosses are good. Yeah.
What's going on with the car you bought from Upside Direct? Because I know you were trying to arb it for the catalytic converter, right? It threw a cat code. Did they deal with that?
No. So this is one of those things. So it came in with a pending catalytic converter code. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can arb for this. Then it goes through my mechanic shop, and my newest tech, there's something up with their scan tool. And maybe it's just them doing it wrong. I don't know what it is, but it seems like, and I think I've ran into this on some scan tools before, but when you scan the car, it just automatically clears all the codes. And it doesn't do that on every car, but it seems to happen on some of the cars. Well, anyways, that happened on the Sonata. So, okay, great. And then, like, the code wouldn't come back. I drove it a bunch to try and get it to come back. Wouldn't come back. So it's just like, okay, well, I guess it's not a problem then. I don't know. You know?
Some of those, if you put, like, 87 in that, maybe that'll throw a cat code?
I mean, it's not supposed to have premium in it.
Really?
Yeah, it should just be regular gas.
Oh, because we've dealt with a few of those where it's like a P0420 code and just changing the gas and running the car for a while and it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it just had old fuel in it. Maybe
Yeah.
it was parked for a while, and before whoever owned it sold it and traded it in, and then so it had a pending cat code. But anyways, we sold it.
Oh, you already sold it?
Yes, we
that
sold
was
it.
quick.
Well, it was because it was like literally I put it up because I was like, oh, well, there's like 3 days left until the rebate ends, the Oregon charge ahead rebate and that thing qualifies because it's a plug-in hybrid.
Sure.
So I was just like, you know what? Like, it's clean enough. The guys checked it out. It was just like stupid stuff. It was like a air filter, nothing that like you'd feel guilty selling a car for. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I just said, okay, yes, sure, just throw it up for sale. And until they get stuff to it. And I think they ended up coming in because it was like literally the last night.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally at midnight, it was like, okay, you can't do it anymore. And they came in I put Penny to bed and I came in here at 9:00 because and this is the thing is like they called and I was like, oh boy, here we go. Like, and I told them, they called me, I want to say 6 or 7 o'clock and wanted to come in. And I said, hey, I can't get, if you're credit challenged whatsoever, I can't help you. Not at night. I'm not going to get a loan decision. I'm not going to roll you at 9, in the middle of the night on a whatever day it was. I think it was like a Thursday. Mm-hmm. And they said, no, we're cash. I was like, okay, let's do it then. So I came in. I said, I got to put my kid to sleep and then I'll come in. So I put Penny to bed, met him here at 9. I think I was out of here by 10 or 10:30. And they wanted a discount, gave him $500 off.
What did you have it listed for? 11? Maybe 12?
I can't remember, 12 or 13 grand, something like that. But the thing is, the car was really, really nice.
Yeah.
It had a Multnomah Athletic Club sticker in the window.
Oh, then it was well maintained.
Generally speaking, yes. I mean, I think there are rich people that, don't give a shit about their car, but like the Carfax was like full of service records. Like it had like 30 some odd records, so it clearly been well maintained. And then it had the Mac Club sticker, and the car, we didn't even need to detail it. I just told Chad, hey, run it through the wash and vacuum it out, and it was totally presentable. Wow. So we ended up just selling it the way it is, and then because detail didn't take the Mac Club sticker off, I even pointed out to the people, I was like, hey, rich person owned this thing. So
so you made good money on it.
Yes, we did.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the thing, Upside Direct, anytime we bought a car from there, we make good money on them. I think our average net is minimum $2,000 from Upside Direct. It's just getting more from them.
Yeah.
That's the only issue, because even if you just keep it within 50 miles of Oregon, you maybe get 3 cars a week. Yeah. Right? It's not enough to be sustained. But when you do buy a car, it's normally a rip.
That's not going to last for very long.
You don't think so? I've been using it for probably the past year.
Yeah, but I mean, once it becomes a more popular platform, I feel like there's there's whenever like a new product comes out, like especially in the car. Well, I think in anything, like the early adopters all get in and they're like, oh, this is great. Like, it's a little bit too cheap and like, there aren't that many people using it yet. Like it's, and then once word gets out, it just becomes like everything else, and then it's really competitive, and there's just nothing left.
That's the weird thing about it. In California, that market, they have a ton of cars on Upside Direct. I think it's a lot more saturated. I don't know if maybe Oregon's a bit different.
Yeah, well, maybe that is. Yeah, I mean, cars are cheaper there, but then you're going to pay $1,000 to get it
ship
here.
it, sure. And that was even how I felt with that Lexus I bought. Because I realistically think even if it needed a timing belt, if that ran through lane, I think it would have brought $2,500.
If not $4,000. They get stupid every now and then where like the same
low mile Toyota Lexus product brings blood.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it brings twice book or whatever.
Yeah. So to me, having that sell online for $1,600.
No, that's
it's like too good to be true for a cheap car.
That like literally doesn't happen here. You cannot buy that car. That no one will let you unless you just get lucky.
Mm-hmm. No, but besides that, so you're not buying too much this week?
No, I will.
You will?
I will. The thing is like the shop is super, super busy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I buy stuff that's broken, it's just going to sit there until they get to it. So it's kind of unless I'm really buying it cheap, I don't really want to buy it because I'm going to have to hold on to it for probably, let's just say 2-3 weeks before I can have it up for sale. If it doesn't need, I should rephrase this. If it needs something, which most cars do.
Sure.
If it's like, it needs brakes and oil change and an air filter and like some tires, the guys will jam through that. I'll have it through the shop in 3-4 days. But if it's anything with diagnostics, generally speaking, any European car I buy, it takes a while to diagnose it, and then if the part is $2,000 from BMW, well, I'm gonna go and find either like a place that rebuilds it or a place that sells like good used ones or whatever. So I'm gonna order that part, and it's gonna sit for 10 days while we're waiting for that to show up or whatever it is. Then it's going to show up, and then like, this is on the rack right now, and he's working on this, and they're working on that. So like, it's going to be 3-4 days until we can get to that. It's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, a customer of ours like brought in their truck, and like they need it tomorrow, and this good customer of ours, like we have to put it in front of your cars. Okay, fine.
Sure.
So it's just like that situation, or whatever, 3 to 4 different flavors of that situation. So the car just sits.
Yeah.
But
I've got 2 questions sort of coming off of that. I guess I'll start by saying the first one. Do you have better gross on European vehicles compared to like Toyota, Honda?
Yes and no.
Because the bad ones burn you.
The bad ones burn you really bad. Like I've got a Fiat 500 at Barth downstairs. I have it advertised for $99.95. I'm in at $11.5.
Mm-hmm.
And it was doing this really weird thing where like, let's call it like 2 out of 5 times when you would start it, it would like crank over and everything, and then it would just wouldn't start. It would go, and then it would like act like it was starting. So then you'd let go of the ignition, you let go of the key, and then it would just die. And then you start it again, and then it goes just fine. Like literally, you probably could have driven like that forever and ever. So, Hunter spent a bunch of time diagnosing it. First, we thought it was they have this weird like thing that actuates the valves. It's like this little like valve body thing that goes on top of the it's like it has like the rocker arms built into it. It's like this weird little like sideways rocker arm thing.
Sure.
And I guess that they go out often. So it's just like, so if this thing is, acting funny and it'll do it intermittently, like it will leave a valve open so then you won't get compression.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was just like, that's probably what it is. So we replaced that, and that was expensive. Didn't fix it. And then I think there was like one other thing we tried that wasn't very expensive, but it still didn't work. And then it was like, now we have to like spend time with it. So Hunter figured out like pretty much he like marked the spot where the crank was whenever it wouldn't start. Mm-hmm. And he figured out like, if the crank is at this particular angle, like right here, it will hard start every single time.
Interesting.
And then he started like looking up the data between, the cam sensor and the crank sensor and this and that, and he pretty much went, it needs a timing belt.
Oh.
So the timing belt had stretched, and that's what was causing all of it. So he put a new timing belt on it, it's good.
Damn.
But it was one of those things where, you send it in, you go, that didn't work. All right, well, we've got 3-4 other cars that were behind this car that we like need to fix now. So that car goes on the back burner until we get through these 3-4 cars, and then we'll start on it again.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it just fucking.
It's not just the money; it's the time that goes into it.
It's not just the money; it's the time. And then when I bought that car, it was still like sunny and nice out, and like those Fiat 500 Abarth.
Is it a convertible?
No, it's a hardtop.
Yeah,
but like the Abarth was still like
it's a sports car, really. Yeah,
it's a really fun car. It's actually like a really really fun car because it's quick and it's little. It's like what we were talking about the other day. You can drive it hard, and if you fucking don't, and if you get caught, like you're not going to be in deep shit because it actually isn't that fast.
Sure,
but it's got a snappy little gearbox in it, and it revs, and the motor actually sounds kind of cool.
I mean, it's like people call them, what, a little Ferrari? Isn't it? I think it's like owned by Ferrari or engineered.
Fiat owns Ferrari.
Fiat owns Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'd imagine that they have some,
That seems, I mean, it's got good miles. 10 grand for it seems like a good deal.
No, really. It is. That's the thing. Like, well, what's funny is in the summertime, I sold almost that exact same car for $13,000, and I sold it fast to someone like on the East Coast.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, like, and I thought I put like a decent price on it. I didn't think I gave it away or anything. But they just jumped on it, and yeah, it was gone. So I went through a few of those over the summer, and I was just going through them really, really quick. And then this one, pretty much like if we had been able to get it ready fast, I probably would have sold it already, and also not spent an extra $2,000 on it unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And I'd be in it fine, and then I would have sold it for hopefully $11,000 or $12,000 and made money. Whatever.
But though you don't hit that story too frequently, I imagine. I mean, maybe every Euro car, maybe 1 out of 10, you'd say, or you think it's even more, like 1 out of 5? That
I have no idea.
Really?
This is like the kind of stuff that I should study and know,
yeah.
so that like it influences the way that but I
the
don't.
way you buy.
Yeah. It's like it's all just in my head anecdotally.
Sure.
Like it's just like, oh well, last time I bought one of these, I got fucked. Maybe I'm just never gonna buy one again. And then what happens is like you take one in on trade, and it's like the right one, and you make money on it. And you're like, oh, I guess those aren't so bad. So then you go and buy another one, then you get fucked again.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty much. I don't know how many times I've lived through that.
That's the one brand I think we've only touched maybe 1 or 2 Fiats. I just like to stay away from them.
We do fine with them.
Really?
And now we've got this thing where we've had so many of them through the shop that the guys are familiar with. I think we got that weird thing with that other one with the one I just mentioned. They need the timing belt. I mean, I think that's a super rare condition. But now I think it's like at this point it's like, oh, okay, we've seen everything now.
Yeah.
So now I'm like even less afraid to buy them.
What's the labor on that timing belt? I mean, it's probably pretty.
It's not terrible. I want to say it's like 5-6 hours.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Well, it's a tiny little car. You drop. Yeah, the access is like mostly through the wheel well.
Okay, I didn't know if it was one of those where like the engine had to come out of the bottom or
no, it's
engine
not,
out. For
I don't think it's not terrible.
All right.
And the parts aren't terribly expensive either. It's just, they're like, those cars are, people like them. They're cute. They drive decent. They get
better than a Mini
mileage.
Cooper.
Dude, that's the thing. Yeah. More reliable and cheaper to fix than a Mini. I mean, they're not, it's not a Honda Civic, but like could be a hell of a lot worse.
Did you buy that Mini Cooper from, was it Mike? Mike Donahue? Was that?
Yes, and it's really insanely nice.
It is. That's good.
Yeah, well,
nice.
and I drove it, and I was like, oh, this is why people like these. Before I went and bought it, he called me and said, hey, the car's here, come check it out. And when I went and drove it, I was like, oh yeah, these things they're better than the newer ones. They just are. I don't know, and it was an automatic, and it was still just like, oh, this car's fucking fun.
They are, and they're reliable too. Like the 02 to 06 Mini Cooper S.
Yeah, and you know what? It's got an ASIN transmission. I did some homework on it because I was this is the thing is I went and generated like a little Monroney sticker that I and the Monroney said it was a CVT, and I was like, I don't think this is a CVT. The non-supercharged, the non-S model is a CVT, and those ones you don't even see them on the road anymore because all the transmissions died and no one cares anymore. They just you just junk it. But so then I went and did some homework, and I was like, oh, the Monroney sticker thing is inaccurate. It is not a CVT. It's a 6-speed automatic from ASIN, which is Toyota.
Yeah.
And so, it doesn't break.
Nice.
I wonder if the mic is picking up all this moaning and
him just snoring.
He's doing. Yeah. Is he snoring? I think he's awake.
Snoring with his eyes open. I don't know. Maybe he's hungry.
He's not. He's you know what it is he's just like groaning because he's annoyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like he's
attitude.
like I can't like he's like struggling with his foot here. He wants to be on my lap. Like we won't shut the fuck up. So
Yeah.
he's just like
He's trying to get comfortable.
this fucking sucks, but I don't want to sit by myself. Dude, Alfred, come on. What's your deal? Okay. Look, maybe if I sit up more, he'll be better. Anyways, I did have one thing I wanted to share with you. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So, I took this trade in, which I think is like a trade where like a truck guy or any truck dealer is going to be like, oh yeah, nice trade. This guy came in. He owns his 2006 Dodge Crew Cab Long Bed 3500 diesel.
Oh, man.
He owns it cash. He's got the title with him. Mm-hmm. He needs money. And he wants to like get out of the truck and just like get into something else. So
Did you buy it? Or are you giving it? You did
we
buy
did a
it.
trade and then I gave him cash on top. But like the guy's a little bit funny. And I was just like, it's like I've had like friends that are a little bit funny. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like kind of says like some like weird out of pocket stuff that doesn't quite make sense sometimes, but like nice person. But like whatever, you know, they say some weird stuff and you're just like, okay, whatever. And like it crossed my mind like, oh, maybe this guy has a drug problem, or maybe he's just kind of fun. Anyways, whatever. He wants to trade in his truck and like sounds like a smart idea. Like his truck, like the brakes are all fucked up. Like it's sketchy to drive because he like did the brakes himself and he fucked them up. And the transmission is doing this weird thing where it doesn't want to shift, and then it finally does shift. And it's not banging into gear or slipping, but it's just behaving weird.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, I just, and I'm sure he's spending a crap load of money on fuel, and, he needs money. So it's like, okay, and apparently he borrowed $5,000 from somebody and he needed to pay them back like that day. It's like, okay. And then he needed another $1,100 to like pay off like his storage unit to get his storage unit current.
Yeah.
And he's got it just gets better. It just keeps on going. So then apparently he's got a set of like nicer. It's got like off-road tires on it that are just hashed, and then it's got the spare tire on it on the back. And he goes, yeah, I've got the original wheel, with and then I've got 4 tires that are like nice like road tires with like 70-80% tread. Those come with the truck. I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, someone else told me they'd pay $20,000 for this truck. I'm like, well, yeah, that's probably with it like working properly, with the transmission that isn't shifting all weird and brakes that work and whatnot. I knew the brakes wouldn't be anything terrible, in which we got them all fixed up and Alex fixed it in an afternoon.
Sure.
No big deal. But anyways, he goes, well, how's about this? And you know what? I got to hand it to him, like, perfectly good pitch. How's about this? He said, pay me $15,000 for the truck now. And then take it to the transmission shop. And whatever it takes to get the transmission, dialed in, deduct that from $5,000 and pay me the remaining $5,000. I said, all right, yeah, fine. You know what? That works. So I did like a little we owe thing, and I said like he owes us 4 tires and a wheel, and then I will pay him. Oh, and this is the other thing is it ended up being he needed more money than like we did the math, and after DMV he needed me to pay him $16,000 today. And then the other 4. So I was like, all right, fine. Like, it's like I'm already in this thing. And, he's on an older age Jeep of mine that I've been, like, struggling to get rid of. So it's like, all right, fine. Like, you're on this Jeep that I want to get rid of. You're asking for this. Nice enough guy. So, okay, we do it. So we swap cars. I pay him $16,000. He, like, walks away with, like, $6,200 and a Jeep. That's like registered in his name and whatever.
What year Jeep was it?
It's a 15 Cherokee Limited.
Okay, yeah.
With 110K or 105 on it.
Probably
Pretty much
more.
He bought that for like $9.
Yeah.
I gave him 16. Then there's $500-$600 in DMV fees. Anyways, so he calls Ryan like 3-4 days later, and he's like, "Hey, like when are you guys gonna pay me?" And Ryan called me and goes, "Yeah, he wants to know like when we're gonna pay him." I said, "Well, I told him like we have to first. The shop needs to get the brakes figured out, and then I'm gonna send it to somebody that knows these trucks." And have them look at the transmission and either do the adjustments or replace the bands or whatever. Because that's the thing. He was like, he was so positive that the transmission wasn't bad. He's like, I'm pretty sure it's bad, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so I got fucked. But anyways, he's like so positive that the transmission isn't bad. So I make that bargain with him. So I said, okay, fine, we'll send it to somebody. And if they can save it, they'll know how to save it. So Ryan calls me and I said, no, I told him, we'd give him that money after we do these things. Like, we can't just do it like immediately, it's not a quick thing. He's like, well, no, it's a quick thing. Like, you just got to adjust this and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, so then Ryan talks to him again. He's like, well, the Jeep broke down and I didn't have money to tow it. So the state trooper towed it. That's what this is. This is a notification the car got towed. And then I'm paraphrasing what Ryan told me.
Yeah.
And then Ryan goes, well, okay, don't you want to bring it into us so we can fix it? Like, that's what we normally do. If you buy a car from us and a few days later it breaks down, we can use it. He goes, no, it's fine. I'll take care of it. And Ryan's like, okay, whatever. And Ryan's a little bit more street savvy than me. And I told Ryan when he's told me that, I was like, you know what it is? I bet he ran out of gas. And he's such a ding dong that he doesn't have $150 to pay for a tow truck, that maybe the car did get towed for that reason. Broke down somewhere weird. And then the cop pulls up and is like, hey, you need to get this thing out of here. And he's like, I don't have money for a tow truck. And he's like, well, we're towing it now. Then it dawned on me.
To me, it seems like drugs.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, but then we got this notice here, and it cites hey, pursuant to all these little 806.010, 811.55, all the little Oregon statutes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Ryan went and looked up all these, and it says, and he goes to me, none of these are your car broke down on the side of the road. All these are mostly that you don't have insurance. Mm. So I'm pretty sure he got stopped, didn't have insurance, and they towed his shit.
Jeez.
And that's why he wasn't coming at us to fix the car, because the car isn't broken. He just got his shit towed for not having insurance.
Well, it's probably it's gonna be stuck in impound.
I don't think he's gonna be able.
No.
I'm assuming there's no way he's gonna get it out. Or maybe he's going to, who knows? Well, he borrowed money from somebody else, apparently.
You could go loan him money to get it out for him.
Hell no. Anyway, hang on, let me get this real quick.
All right.
Hey, dude. So, now you're telling me, the transmission's bad.
To me, give me the rundown on it. It's you said it's an 06?
06.
Long bed dually.
No, not dually.
Oh, it's not a dually. Long bed 4x4. Mm-hmm. Dodge Cummins 5.9.
Yeah. No, this is the thing I love about the truck. No mods. It's bone stock.
How many miles?
93,000.
Tranny's probably bad.
Yeah.
But to me, long bed 4x4 crew cab.
Yeah.
Okay, so 32 grand.
Yeah, that's kind of what
maybe
I'm thinking.
35 grand.
Oh, I think I'm in it. I'm safe in the truck for sure.
Yeah.
But I got hosed on the transmission, but I'm still safe in the truck. The thing is, wholesale book was 20 grand.
Yeah, we could probably find a buyer with a bad tranny for 22 grand.
Yeah.
Right, and then you could make money on it. But
no, I'm just gonna fix it.
That's what I would do.
And then it needs a bunch of cosmetics. It needs the driver's seat is all split open and needs a little bumper this, a little bit of that, but the engine sounds healthy.
Is it black?
It's burgundy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I know. If it was black,
she loves red cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not red though. It's fucking burgundy.
Same to me, but we had an '09 mega cab Cummins long bed. Probably
They
the
make
same.
a long bed mega cab.
I want to say it was like an '09.
I don't.
It
Think,
was like it was like a rare bird.
I feel like mega
And-
cabs didn't have long beds because then it would be like the length of a fucking school bus.
It pretty much was. And it was a black one, black on black, loaded, like, every trim option you could get on it. And it had 200,000 miles? It was the one Sonny bought as like a project that lasted a year. Like it was like a never-ending project. And it probably had about 220K, and they sold it for like 32 grand. Double the miles of the one you've got.
Yeah, that's the thing. I saw some people are asking like big money for these things, but I think realistically, I'm probably going to spend how much money on a transmission? $5,000.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it. I would actually, I think if you find a buyer for that, even if the transmission needs like a $2,000 repair or $3,000 repair, I think if you rebuilt it, it would sell for more and probably sell quicker.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Right.
Like, I think if the transmission's bad, I'm not just going to go and get like the cheapest used one and just slap it in.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take it to someone who has like a good name and say, hey, let's do the proper thing here.
There's a shop on the way to like St. Helens in Portland area. They're a great rebuilder, and then I don't know if Larry Morton's
still around.
Still does that, because that's another one. But I feel like $5,000 you would get a good rebuild on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Marinas, could you hand me his bed? I'm gonna try putting him up here to see if he'll chill. Let's see.
No, weird story, but I think you stole it. Really? I think so. I think you're gonna make. I mean, what are you going to do with the $5,000 the guy wants? That's the question.
That's the thing I'm not looking forward to.
Because even if if the tranny costs $6,000, go tell him to kick rocks. I mean,
this is the thing is he's probably not going to give me the wheels and tires that he promised me.
Yeah.
Those are gone, and then he's gonna tell me that, like this is the thing, this was foolish of me. I should have just. Oh well, it doesn't matter. But, like, it's going to be an argument. It's going to be like, no, like, I'm just... Maybe he won't be a psycho about it, but I'm pretty sure he's going to, like, if I tell him, yeah, it turns out it does need a transmission, like, here it is. He's going to be like, no, it doesn't need a transmission. You're just trying to fuck me. So it's just going to be... That's just going to be brain damage. I shouldn't have done it.
If it is drugs, they get so hot or cold.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, they might bug you for 2 days, and then, like, someone else is going to go and get in their life and they'll forget about it.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and then they'll come back like a month later.
Yeah.
And then, it's just like, oh yeah. So it's that's the thing. That's part of the reason I think this is drugs is because like we haven't heard from him at all.
Did you find anything in his car?
We didn't get his car. It's at a tow yard.
His truck.
Oh, his truck.
Yeah.
I didn't snoop through it.
Because we bought cars before where we found meth in them. We found, all sorts of stuff.
That's one of the things that I always worry about is that I'm going to be driving some car that I bought, from wherever, auction or whatever. Cop stops me. And I go, yeah, what's up? Like, and they're like, hey, can we look inside your car? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then it turns out it's like fucking full of coke or some shit like that.
We had a lady, we had a Honda Odyssey. And she lived right in the middle of Oregon City. Not like in the middle, but the Albertsons and like that area going left on 213.
Yeah.
Towards Oregon City High School.
Yeah.
She lived in those apartments. And I was hungry for a car sale. So we drove her the Honda Odyssey. And she was so indecisive, like, oh, maybe,
was this
maybe
the lady
not.
that cut the timing belt?
This is a different crazy lady.
But was the lady that cut the timing belt also with an Odyssey, or was it...
that was a Honda Pilot.
Same engine, though.
Yeah.
Or similar.
Yeah. And we go on a test drive, and the lady's trying to figure out, like, the dimmer to the cluster. Mm-hmm. And that was the only time on a test drive where I was like, we're fucked. And we're on, like, the windy roads of Redland Road, and she's going straight for a tree, just, like, pinpointed, going straight to the tree. Marinus was with me, and that was the only time I was like, whoa, like, come on now. And she was like, oh, sorry. And we go on a 20-minute test drive. She comes back. We spend maybe 2 hours with her.
And then I'm assuming she doesn't buy the car.
4 hours. And no, we told her, we were like, her boyfriend showed up, and she was like, I want him to drive it, and we'll drive it around and just feel it out. And they were out for 30 minutes? They came back shopping from Ross. They had Ross bags. and we were like, oh my God, man, okay. And I'm still there, and I'm trying to make the deal. And I think I had the minivan for $4,700, and she was like $3,800. I was like, no. And I told her, I was like, I'd take $4,000 if you do it tonight. And we were negotiating for like 30 or 40 minutes on that, $200 difference. And we ended up walking. We drove the car. I was like, I'm going to go, me and Marinus were going to go get lunch or dinner or something. It was like 11 at that point. We hadn't eaten. And she was like, okay, I'm going to go get drinks with my boyfriend, and then I'll text you around 12 to let you know my final decision. Okay, well, we're going to be out and about. 12 p.m. rolls around. I text her, hey, just checking in. We're heading home. If you want to see the car or buy it, let me know. No response. Nothing. And then we get home and we go to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and she texted me at like 4 a.m. And I still have the text, and she went out. She texted me. She said, hey, would you be interested in buying a 2012 Nissan Rogue? And then the following text was like, do you know how to take the door cards off a 2012 Nissan Rogue? and it was like a chain I never responded to, all within 30 minutes. And the last text she sent me was, what would you do if you bought a car and found a bunch of drugs in it? Right? And I'm thinking, like, this lady is strung out. Like, I don't know if she went and bought is helping a drug dealer, like dismantling.
Maybe she ended up buying a Nissan Rogue?
She did, but the weird thing is she's asking me, like, how to dismantle the interior. Like, and then the next question, she was like, what do you do if you find drugs in the car?
Oh, should
I take it to the police?
I didn't put those pieces together, hey, I will take the door panel off. I will put drugs in the door. I will reassemble it. Now, what would happen,
No, she was asking me to come and take the door panel off for her. Like, she bought the car, and, like, in her mind, there were drugs in the door panels.
Oh.
And then she was, like, sort of asking me all of this, and I don't know if she bought a car.
Maybe she's just a racist-ass old lady, and she, bought it from some Mexicans, and there's fucking drugs in the car.
It could be, but from being around, not a lot of people on drugs, but, we've sold enough cheap cars to know how people act when they are strung out on drugs.
Yeah.
And to me, she was maybe thinking that if she had a paper trail asking me, a car dealer, how to go about getting rid of drugs that were in a car, it would maybe save her. Oh. No, I was trying to ask so-and-so what I should do. And does that make sense? Because the way that they think is so weird, where, when they get on those, a binge,
or whatever you want to,
it is,
or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Their thought process is so weird, and it was like she was somehow trying to loop me into her scam.
I mean, I understand the logic there. It's just like, well, if I get busted, I can pull out my phone and be like, see, I was asking someone what I should do if I find drugs in a car. These aren't my drugs. It's like, yeah, that's fucking.
But that was the weird thing. It's like the first text at 4 a.m. You don't buy my Honda Odyssey. Like, fuck you for wasting my time. And then to be like, hey, I just bought a Nissan Rogue. Do you want to buy it? Right? To me, it's all weird. But drug addicts and cars, I mean, that truck is probably going to be... I don't think the truck is going to be a problem. I think the guy might be.
Yeah, that's right? The thing where I think I fucked up. And, I'm always telling Ryan not to work with people that are a pain in the ass. And then I get roped in to, anyways, yeah.
Well, it's like what you said. Everyone knows somebody where maybe there's a few loose ends. They might say something weird and you just look past it.
Yeah.
And normally when you're dealing with a drug addict or someone who's shady like that, it doesn't click until way later.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing. The guy wasn't like giving off like Karen vibes, and he wasn't like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hiding Me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely ran into people where like it's like I'm experiencing their bipolar disorder right in front of my eyeballs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like he wasn't doing anything. I was just like, oh, this is just a peculiar guy. You know? And I was like, oh, it could be drugs, but like I didn't want to be a dick. I was like, maybe he's probably just a peculiar guy. Like I don't want to be a judgmental asshole and just assume he's got a drug problem. But like there definitely were, yeah, the signs were there. And now I've got, who knows, maybe the whole thing will just fizzle and, you know, we'll be fine. But we'll find out hopefully we've only got a couple days of today and tomorrow and then New Year's Eve. So like maybe we'll find out what's going on with the transmission today or tomorrow.
My guess is it's bad.
Yeah.
Really. And even then, I mean, you're going to make 10 grand on the thing, maybe more.
I don't think I'm going to make that kind of money. It needs a lot
of recon on it.
No, because he's been
Man,
driving.
why don't you just try and run it through auction the way it sits? That 90,000 miles, someone on the East Coast, that might be a $45,000 truck on the East Coast, really.
Well, so if
you put
I would try running it through auction. I considered that if the transmission was good. You know what I'm saying? But like running it as is, as like I feel like if that truck went through the lane at whatever auction, and it was being sold by a new car store or somebody that people like yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it brought like $25,000 to $30,000. You know, just because of what it is, 90,000 mile, 06 Cummins diesel, no mods. You know, just gets stupid. But with the transmission being bad and me being the seller, I think I'll be lucky to get 20 for it.
Maybe. I just know like M&M, they pay blood. Like they'll...
Well, so that's like, I would, if I could green light it, I would totally just be like, okay, yeah, let's just run it through auction.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you put a trans in it and you're in it 20 grand and green light the thing, you might bring 30 for it. You might get really lucky.
I would consider trying that, like before I go through and do all the other reconditioning, put the transmission in it, leave everything else alone, run it through auction and see what happens.
The other thing about it is, because we used to do a lot of trucks, and a lot of those like low mileage, older, really easier like to maneuver, the 5.9, they have tons of part availability for them. There are a lot of dealers who go on Mannheim, and I'm sure Crosspoint, they send them to Mexico. I mean, there's big money for like these 4x4 trucks in Mexico where they just drive them down there.
Huh.
And that's because we've watched Toyotas go like 5-10 grand over MMR and book.
Well, you know what? If we end up, if I get lucky and just end up making I fucking crack my bat on it, then, and the guy's being a psycho, I'm just going to give him the money.
Sure. Yeah.
You know? Like, that's...
I think he's going to leave you alone.
Hopefully he's not watching this podcast, you know, going like, oh, perfect. All I have to do is be like a certain amount of pain in the ass, and then he'll just pay me, you know?
He'll leave you alone. We just dealt with it was a Chevy Cruze you sold us, I think. Black? Was it you?
Those are the fucking worst cars. They're worse than Mini Coopers. They
are. That was the first Cruze we had. And we sold it to a drug addict in Portland. What's the...
it's like keep going. I'm just gonna get some water.
Sure, it's like that hill that overlooks Portland where a bunch of like nice homes are.
West Hills?
No, it's not West Hills. They've got like a monument. You can go walk around it. It's a viewpoint. Yeah.
Powell Butte?
I think it might be Powell Butte. Yeah. I know a lot of people started doing drugs over there. But it's like a circular thing. I don't really know how to explain it. And you can walk up the stairs. They have like telescopes that you can...
I think that might be Powell Butte.
I think so.
I haven't been up there in a really long time.
Yeah. We sold that Chevy Cruze to a lady over there, and we put turbo in it, did a bunch of other stuff. And she texted me and she was like, hey... I was, doing... First of all, the lady was like what you said, just interesting. Like when we were doing the paperwork and signing everything, she started talking about how she's in recovery and that she can't go anywhere without her gun. She had a gun in her purse, and it was like uncomfortable to deal with, when you're selling a car with cash. And no, she texted me like a week later, and the whole story kept changing. Like, she was like, "Oh, the car overheated. You need to come out here and fix it, blah, blah, blah." And then the more that I would ask, she would be like, "Oh, the car was overheating, but I continued to drive it to my mechanic." And then, it was like the story was constantly changing. And eventually I told her, I was like, I don't know what to believe from what you're saying. If you did drop the car off, if you did drive it while it was overheating. And she would text me every day for about a week, and eventually she just let it go. But it's one of those things where, like, I drug addicts, they sort of just, like, move on.
Yeah, I mean, the priority is getting high.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, I think, like, having a car is like getting high adjacent.
Sure.
like having some wheels will help you get high.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Facilitates the high. But
no, that's what I told her. I was like, it could be a thermostat. Like, I did a leak down test. Head gaskets were good.
Well, those things crack cylinder heads too.
Yeah, but I did a combustion test to see if any gases were getting in it. I know they, not that reliable. But then she eventually got back to me and she was like, "It only overheats when I'm going up a hill." I was like, "All right, like, just maybe don't drive up hills anymore." And that was the last I heard from her. But I hope you do good on your Dodge that you got. It'll be a fun story. We'll have to get an update in 2 or 3 months and see what goes on with the guy.
I mean, the guy seemed like, that's the thing, like, the guy wasn't a scary guy. That was part of it.
How old was he?
I think he was like our age.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I think maybe he was in his early 40s.
All right.
He did say one thing that was kind of weird. I can't remember who, but he said, like, he used to date a woman that was like high up in the corporate world. I can't remember what it was. It's like, "Oh yeah, this my girlfriend, like my ex-girlfriend was someone like."
His name's not John, is it?
No.
Okay. All right.
Just another Looney Tune you ran into named John.
You'll have to bleep this guy out, John. With he showed up. He bought like his drug addict ex.
Who's John? Why would I know his name?
Dude, that's the thing that gets so like it. It's wild to me. I don't even know where to start with this. But this guy texted me. We had an Audi Q3 with good miles. His best friend died, and his girlfriend went to they all went to high school together. They were in their 60s, and he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm coming to get a car for my best friend's widow." He showed up. He had like an 18-year-old escort, like a prostitute, brand new Yukon Denali, and we start talking, and it's like just a bunch of weird shit everywhere, like. "Oh, I dated Judge Janine Piero? Judge Janine, like a very famous judge in America." And like all of this stuff. And then he started showing me videos, and he was like, he's a huge MAGA fan. And he was like, "This is me and who is it? Eric Trump or something." And they're at like a post office together. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with it? Like, this guy is fucking kooky. And he keeps showing me all these videos, and then he'll be like sliding across, and then it's just like a bunch of naked women around him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what is this guy? Like, I need to know who this dude is. And he showed me pictures of him and Donald Trump, and like, I think it was like what do you call it? Like a wax figure.
Oh.
Like, I think he like hyped himself up. And then I found out later, I was watching Reels on Facebook. And do you know Grant Cardone? Like he's like a real estate guru investor who's like, he's a fraud. The name
rings a bell.
And it's like Andrew Tate, like Top G University, right?
Okay.
This guy
it's like that, but for real estate?
Yeah, this guy was in that. I saw a video of him like in Grant Cardone University, and Grant Cardone was like, "Your energy is too high. You gotta go. Like, you're batshit insane." And I look into the guy more, and he runs the biggest car dealer mail. What do you call it?
Oh,
advertisements in the world.
You told me about this. He does mailers for car dealers.
And it's he sends out over hundreds of millions of car dealer like mail brochures.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to me, like, you just don't know if it's like fake it till you make it. Like, the guy left me so on edge with everything. I still don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And then you go and you look up like his company, and they all have very generic names. And when you Google the names of like the COO, the CEO, you know, all the people who run it, which are 4 people, all of them have a name of like a famous actor who's died. Like, it's just very weird. You can't find anything about this dude anywhere.
This is a bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for sure, a bad guy.
But that's the thing. I kept trying to dig into it, be like, who is this guy? Right? Like, how do you know all of these people? How do you have a private jet? Like, who the fuck are you?
Does he have does he actually have a private jet?
I've got him on Facebook. He added me. He told me next time he's in Oregon, he wants to get lunch. But yeah, he's an interesting man.
What the fuck?
Right? It's like you just don't know. Yeah, like.
Oh, he's wearing a purple suit.
He wears like the dorkiest. Yeah. He's interesting, but like.
Huh.
He finances. He's got a NASCAR team, but like the dude is just fucking cooked in the head. And that was one of the things I asked him. I asked him how long he was sober for, and he said he's been clean from cocaine for like 6 years. Huh. Like, he was just like so strung up and interesting, where like something doesn't feel right. You know, like, it almost seems like everything he does is a launder.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there? That's fascinating.
Interesting people. I that's what makes it fun, though, is like, this guy's not going to come back and be like, give me my $5,000 for the Audi Q3. I just want to know, like, who the fuck are you?
I mean, it's just like, there's so much shit that just doesn't make any sense. Guy literally, supposedly, has a private jet.
And is buying an Audi Q3
for $5,000.
Yeah, for his best friend's widow from high school. And like face tats everywhere, like just.
He didn't seem to have face tats in that picture.
No, the widow.
Oh.
It's like, to me, it's like a drug addict who became like somehow very rich and is like helping the people out he went to high school with. But like, saying you're dating Judge Jeanine Pirro and friends with the Trump family, and then like you show me a picture of Trump and it's like a fucking whacked statue. You know, but then on the other one, you're with like Trump's son in like a post office. It like, that's the one person.
If you run into a famous person at the post office and you take a picture with them, that's you running into.
No, but they were like wheeling around bins together. Like, I think what he might have been, if you want to know the truth, I think he might have been advertising for them during the election, maybe.
Oh, maybe he was doing mailers for them?
That's sort of what I think. I wonder if he's like paid, like works for.
That kind of tracks.
And then like he got a lot of money for doing something shady somehow.
Well, and then he's like, oh, let's do a PR thing together where we like, you know,
wheel them all together.
We're like, oh, look, we got all these mailers. We're like,
but
woohoo,
that's the thing.
five,
It's like,
you know?
from whenever Trump wasn't elected, like, you look at the guy and he was on like Cardone University, really a nobody, just very extroverted to the point of like, leave me alone, like you're too much. And then like, it's just weird, the wax statues, and then being with the kid, and then I don't know. That's the one person I've ever met that I like still have questions about, that I've sold a car to, where it's like I actually sort of want to just like sit down with you and just
try and figure out what the fuck is going on.
And that's the thing. He runs a podcast. Maybe we can have him on. maybe we get him on for the pod.
Dude, that's such a fascinating individual.
Yeah.